Hello, my name is Jennifer, and this is my take on the Rosebud Challenge featuring this young married couple. Their names are Jeremy Talbot and Eden Hope. And I will chatting up a storm. Let's pause it again. We are in Newcrest, and I've chosen the 50 by 50 lot that's near this playground equipment and then these monkey bars, this other small playground. I like this area for doing any types of Rosebud or rags to riches type challenge because people will come and cook at this barbecue or the one over here. There is a little bit of fishing in the area, and there's a handful of collectibles, which will not be ready yet because this is a new game file. The other thing that's in this area is there's 2 sets of bathrooms, one over here and one by this other playground over here. So that said, we probably won't spend that much time on our starting lot at the beginning since they will have no money, which I should set my money to 0 right now. Testing sheets on, money 0. I must have typed something wrong. The FPS number is blocking my view, so I can't see what I'm typing. There it is, money 0. Worked that time. Good. Okay. So while we're here, we may as well just get them to stay in the neighborhood for a bit. One thing I like to do, a few things I like to do, is have them form a club, a household club. So we'll create a club and we'll call it, I don't remember exactly their names. So we'll just call it for now, we'll call it the Rosebud Club, since the goal is for the Rosebud Challenge. Now, if you're not familiar, the Rosebud Challenge is to have a household worth 1 million simoleons, which would include their house and their simoleons and any investments, being any assets that they also have in their house, which doesn't necessarily mean furnishings, but say they have collectibles and whatnot. So to start with, I like to have social. Be friendly. It's an easy way to get some points. And then since they're just starting out, we'll do some outdoor activities because fishing is a good way to go about doing things at the beginning when other collectibles and harvestables are not ready. We will say 10 garden. And since the only collectible on here is look for frogs, we'll add that also. And we'll figure out what the last one is as we go along. And it may be that things like the looking for frogs and the fishing or whatnot may come off. I do find that gardening is very lucrative in Sims 4, especially once you get them evolved to higher levels, and if you use the high value plants such as dragon fruit, blackberries, and even grapes, they're worth quite. And cowberries are actually worth a lot if you graft them on. Don't just plant them, but if you just keep some plants with grafted cowberries, they can come up to be quite a huge value. And hopefully we'll get some UFO fruit at some point. But, that can take a while. I've had a hard time getting that when I played before. So gardening is just something that will probably stay on there. And we may as well start a gathering. So anyways, the Rosebud Challenge is by Euphorial Queen and is located on the forums. And as I said, the goal is to have a household worth 1 million simoleons. And I think under the general rules, you need to have 500 simoleons before you can get a job. There is a Rosebud Extreme Challenge where you're not able to get jobs. I'm not sure whether I'm going to let them have jobs. I have actually done this challenge once before where I actually did concurrent where I started with not this household, but 2 people. And I ran it with them not getting jobs, and I ran it with them getting jobs. And to be honest, I don't find much difference. If anything, it's just a little bit easier to make the money if you don't have a job. But there are some jobs like painter and whatnot that can help boost your earnings from your paintings. But even with that, I think I managed to get the target a couple of days earlier when I wasn't having any job. So much as they call that extreme, I guess it depends on how you play the game. I find that you can make more money not working. But I may want to do some, because another way I like to play is to change the aspirations, get lots of points to be able to, get various traits that can help them with their needs or with earning money or whatnot. So I will change their traits from time to time, and some of the traits and aspirations, not their traits, I won't change their traits. I'll change their aspirations from time to time. And some of the aspirations do require having jobs. So odds are I may have them have a job. I'm not 100% sure. But to start with, our Sims are Jeremy Talbot, and his traits are that he is a geek, he is creative, he's a bookworm, and he is a collector from choosing a nature aspiration. And the original aspiration I have for him is the curator. And for Eden Hope, her aspiration is painter extraordinaire. But her traits are she's also a geek, she's creative, but she's a dance machine, and she's a muser from choosing the creative aspiration. Now, that said, because there's not much to do and they have no money, I'm going to start them both with fishing, because they can go fishing over in their neighborhood right away. And we will have them fish a little bit before they move on to another location in the game. I may go to the park, I might go to the gym, who knows? We'll decide as we go. I have placed the spa in this neighborhood, because obviously Newcrest comes with nothing in it, but I've placed, this is just a maxi spa. I have all the game packs and the 2 expansion packs. So I'm going to have him fish at the 2, and I have changed his aspiration already, and I'll have her fish over here. Now, it is triple boost week, and I haven't actually used that yet. I'm not sure whether she'll come. Maybe we'll have her try calling Jasmine Holiday and see whether it works when they don't have a house. And if it does, we'll have him come back. We may as well get as much help as possible. Since that's going on, we're not going to have a drink at the club, and we can enthuse about it new, and we can flirt. And they are actually, as I mentioned, they are married already. I decided that I would start with a married couple in some ways, because, if they get whims to have kids, then I will try and fulfill them. And it's obviously harder when you have no money to have kids, but we'll see how that goes too. So, but I do like playing with kids in the game, even if there aren't any toddlers. If anything, having toddlers would make it even harder when they have no money. Kids are a little bit easier to manage, as are babies. So did she make that call? Oh, there she is. She did come over. So we can ask about the triple boost week. Greetings. This event period is being celebrated with boosts. All the boosts. Ask me for a boost, and I shall bestow upon you the one you desire. So we will ask for, obviously, a skill gain, because we don't have a job. May as well get all the help we can get, since we have no money. So we'll stop him his fishing and have him just request the same, a skill gain boost. So off we go, and now that she's got hers, we'll have her go fishing. Quickly do a pause, because one thing I'd like to do is start on the popularity, doesn't matter which one, I'll just have her, buying a club perk. I like to buy the popular club, because it lets them start with a higher relationship when they meet others when they're in club gatherings. Just makes it easier to make friends. And now that we've done that, we will switch over to fishing. There we go. And off she goes to fish.
Fuba Torka?
There we go. Thank you, Jasmine. And off we go back to fishing. Over here. We already fished at the other spot for him.
Ooh.
And we'll go on fast feed while they fish. That definitely speeds up their fishing, their skill gain. But it doesn't make them catch fish quicker. Let's see how this is going. He's level 3. They're both level 3.
Chima Parsu.
Okay, we need to have her fish elsewhere. There. And we're going to move to another park or somewhere else where they can fish. So I think we'll go to Oasis Springs, the park there. Now I've edited this, and there is a pool in this park. And I think maybe a couple of the woohoo bushes, pea bushes, if I remember correctly. Go. We'll start another gathering and have her go fish.
In a bush. Noosh noosh.
He wants to plant something. Debate captains. Now, the other thing I'm going to do with this challenge, much as it is the Rosebud challenge is the primary focus, there's also something called the Nomad challenge by Vanilla Chai. And the purpose of that is to try and collect, to essentially get all the collectibles in the game. I'm going to try and do the best with the collectibles in the game. And another part of that challenge is, I don't think you're allowed to work, but we're not really doing that. The main thing is I'm going to try and have the collectibles and set up, a room or a few rooms or possibly a separate building on their property, which shows off the collectibles they've got over their time. So, because I like doing the collectibles, which is one of the reasons I made them both geeks, because geeks like to collect collectibles. So they'll be collecting collectibles and actually keeping the first ones of the collectibles and only selling duplicates and whatnot. The other part of the Nomad Challenge is that you're not supposed to build a permanent structure until you've finished a collectible or a collection. We'll see how that goes. I'm not holding that. I just more wanting to do the collections and display them. I think that would be fun. He has to go to the bathroom. We'll use one that doesn't require. Here she is. She should be finished. She has finished the first tier. So we should mount some fish. Cichlid, guppy, tetra, minnow. I think we need to do one more minnow. I like to keep the bass because they're very good bait when you get to higher levels, and they're particularly good for catching things like the sturgeon and all the fish that you need to be level 7 at. I find they're very good. And we will sell the kitchen upgrade part, but right now we're not going to rush to sell and make them any money because it's not going to do much, and they just might go cook for themselves without my permission. So we'll just skip that part. So he's back to fishing. He has to catch another fish. Let her get one more skill point, and then I'm going to have her look for frogs. You start fishing. You can go fishing. There. Don't want him to stop. Oh, so she's stopped. She's got her level like I wanted. So we're going to switch her to the curator while we try and catch some frogs. Because it would be good to get frogs that we can breed together. We'll stop her fishing. What she caught. Oh, she caught a future cube. They're actually good to catch because I think they're worth quite a lot, even though they're not that useful in themselves. 325 simoleons. That's a pretty good. A lot of money. He caught his last fish. Oh, he's slow. Wants to flirt with Jeremy and enthuse about a new show. I'm sure we can do that. They need to get their social up. I'm gonna look and see if anyone's cooked anything. No one's cooked anything here. Oh, there's food. I think we should probably head her over here. She's caught 3, 4 frogs. I wonder if she'll catch any more frogs.
Dag.
Sua.
Oh, he caught his fish. And she caught another frog. Now I'm going to see what her frogs are. I'm going to drag this up so I can see her inventory a bit better. So she has a leopard frog. That's good. And we will breed that with a striped. She got another leopard frog. Very good. So that would count towards her collectibles. Now we're going to put her over to popularity because when she comes to eat, hopefully she'll greet these people. Oh, I guess because we were fishing beside each other, we already know him. Yeah, I'm sure he's getting hungry too, so we'll probably send him off also. He hasn't caught any frogs. I know what I was going to do. I was going to mount the fish to get that part of the aspiration done.
Ooh.
So
That's
that. And I'll see if he can get a couple of frogs before we. This is his actual aspiration. Not that it really matters. That's one thing I actually like about Sims 4 is the fact that you can switch your aspirations. And even if you don't switch your aspirations, if you finish an aspiration, you can start a new one. Nice if you can catch a couple of frogs. say he's doing very well. Then again, he didn't do very well with fishing either.
Oh.
Given he's supposed to have the trait for finding collectibles. Oh, he got a sunflower frog. You'd think he would do better than her. I gave him that trait because I wanted to do the collections, so I thought it would be good to have one of them with that trait. Nice if you could catch one more frog. He's getting a little frustrated. You can do it. One more frog. Oh, he caught a bullseye frog. He even got a good frog. Okay. I think we got a heart frog. Oh well. Not the end of the world. Since we are wanting all the different frogs, even though it's not worth very much. It'll be fine. We'll let him come grab a serving. And we will put him over on the friend of the world. He can introduce himself to Clara. And Christine, is it? Kristen. Where's she going? The washer. Oh, yes. She has to go quite badly. And those introductions didn't count very well. Only 2 people counted. I will switch over to him. He seems to be going, so we won't try. We don't want him chasing her down. Try and become friends. We don't want to complain. It looks like she might be leaving. Or perhaps she won't. Get to know. Discuss interests. Deep conversation. Gossip. Discuss favorite authors. Food flavors. Ask about a day. Share ideas. We're not going to feed a bite. Oh, Eden's fishing. Went all the way back here to fish. Don't think you actually need to be on the fishing aspiration for the time to be counting, since it started. Could be wrong, but we're gonna try it by going here. Oh, she's our friend now. Deep conversation. There. Oh. This is a good spot to catch roses. I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Now, I made one of her traits a disco or dance machine because I really like the disco nap. It seems to boost their energy quicker, and then you don't have to they don't keep waking up and going back to sleep like you do when you just have a regular nap. So, and even though, I mean, they won't have to nap on benches forever, they can still disco nap even on a bed, which is useful. So let's just take a quick pause, reassess where he is. He's fishing. We'll put him back. In his case, we'll put him on the angling ace, and we'll see how that works. But anyways, I think that's it for today. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Thanks again. Bye.